So how big is too big when it comes to room sizes within HMOs? So this is a discussion that we have quite a lot within the HMO platform community, because when we're dividing up space, we're trying to weigh up the number of rooms that we can get in a property versus the usability of those rooms versus the amount of communal space that we legally need to have for licensing, but also that we want to provide for the benefit of the occupants. So one key thing we always aim to attain is we have a double sized bedroom, so at least a room size 10.51 square meters or above. Now our aim would still be to just have single occupancy, but what that does is it reduces the need for a separate living room on the whole, but we can still choose to put one in if the property allows for that. And it allows us to be quite creative with that combined living, dining, kitchen space and how we lay that out. So 10.51 square meters is what we aim for as a minimum. Now, in terms of a maximum size, obviously the world is your oyster, but if you make a 30 square metre room, the argument would be, well, surely you would make that to 15 square metre rooms, because 15 square metres is still a good size. Bear in mind that we're going to have an ensuite on top of that. So how big is too big? Well, here's another thought. If you create a space which is so big that all they're going to do is sit in their room, they're going to eat in their room, they're going to probably end up cooking in their room, you've essentially created a studio flat. Now, that's not very conducive for co-living. Now, co-living is about community and building meaningful relationships. And we know that when housemates get on within a property, they're more likely to stay there for a long period of time. So to encourage people to use communal space, there's actually an argument that these rooms don't want to be massive. They want to be on the smaller side because you give them what they need to sleep, you give them what they need to wash and to store their stuff, and maybe do a bit of work as well with the desk. So that size is probably between 12 to 15 square meters. As soon as you start to go beyond that, you're giving them that extra space, which means they're less likely to go and use the communal space. Because if they don't have everything they need in their room, then they go and seek out a cinema room, a really nice to use kitchen, a nice dining area. So there's no right or wrong answer here, and each area in the UK will have their own specific demand or specific requirements for what tenants are really looking for. But on the whole, if we create great communal spaces, I think the best room size is probably 15 square meters, and it's what we aim for. If we go larger than 15 square meters, then we're probably looking at what we call a work from home room. So instead of calling it a seating area, we can actually construct more of a home office environment for them with desks and with cork boards and stuff, and we create that space so that it becomes that work from home environment, so they're still encouraged to use the communal space for seating and dining and cooking. And don't get me wrong, those large rooms do get a really good rent, and I would definitely prefer to put in one great 18 square metre room or 20 square metre room rather than two very compromised 9 or 10 square metre rooms, because our rent is going to be better, they're probably going to stay longer, and over the longer period of time, it's probably going to be more profitable. So hopefully that's been of value. If you do have any questions about any of that, please do pop them down below. Otherwise, please do like and subscribe so you get updates about more videos that we'll be creating here at the HMO platform.